The ancient alien extraterrestrial technology in the pyramids discovered by Sir William Petrie. I'm translating from a Greek article for you. I was amazed to see and read articles accompanied by videos claiming that British archaeologist Sir William Petrie discovered ancient extraterrestrial technology found on the Giza plateau and the pyramids. It sounds exciting, too exciting to be true. Suppose that in some excavation at the turn of the 18th to 19th century, Sir Petrie brought to light mysterious findings which 50 years later could timidly star in ufological groups, while 100 years later they would question every ufologist and alien believer about their authenticity, which no official authority would admit that they existed. First, we'll try to imagine Petrie's event and surprise. Ancient alien technology in the pyramids. It was getting dark, and finally Petrie's associates from the excavation team brought him the first of a series of excavated objects clean of dirt, and they placed it in the big table, on the big table in the tent where they lived, near the excavation site. It was an oval plate with reliefs, not Egyptian hieroglyphs. In the center was a representation of a person, not a human, with particularly large eyes, that a few decades later would be described as a pilot or astronaut glasses, and it seems to have no nose, and may have been broken with a small mouth and a very thin neck, like from an outside air-conditioned pipe. Kindly support my Patreon account since YouTube has again demonetized my YouTube channel. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below. That is a neck that looks like a pipe from external air conditioning. Now, Petrie frowned, but this was not the first time he had seen Egyptian figures with the heads of crocodile, birds, dogs, etc. What immediately caught his attention were the non-Egyptian hieroglyphs. He'd never seen them or just could not remember where, no matter how much time he processed and studied them. It was late, after midnight. He already felt heavy and tired and took the round watch out of his pocket to see the time. He had stopped, he shook it, but nothing. He wound it up, but it remained dead. It wasn't working. The second hand did not move. He moved away from the object in order to undress and lie down. Unconsciously, he took the watch out of his pocket. It had started operating again from where it had stopped, and he was surprised. His fatigue went away immediately. He approached the ancient relief with the clock in his hand, and it stopped again. He put it in his pocket and leaned over the object with greater interest in the mysterious figure of the face, which seemed to be causing this strange phenomenon. He then noticed that the compass that was leaning next to it, a little further on the same table, had gone crazy and turning on its own, sometimes counterclockwise, sometimes clockwise, and when it stood motionless, hooked as if it were on not known what direction to choose. The same thing over and over again. It was a real surprise. Petrie did not manage to make ends meet that night, but neither in the following days nor the following months. He never presented this and the other items officially. Years later, he took them to his home in Jerusalem, where he placed them in a hidden room behind the library. Somewhere here, let's go out of our imagination to land on more real things, but also on the source of inspiration. There's Sir William Matthew Flinders Petrie, such as full name, was an English archaeologist and Egyptologist. He was born January 3rd, 1853 in Charlton, London, died July 28, 1942, in Jerusalem. Petrie, who had grown up in a Christian environment, had been taught from a very young age how to do research accurately, but also to be methodical. He had an unusual insight and an insatiable curiosity. This by nature does not tie in with hiding these objects. So why did he hide this discovery? The phenomenon of UFOs and aliens was not widespread at that time. Most likely it was not even known. The Inquisitor article mentions a video concerning alien Egyptian artifacts discovered in Jerusalem, claimed to be ancient Egyptian sculptures originally found in the Giza complex, but allegedly removed from Petrie's house in Jerusalem by representatives of the Rockefeller Archaeological Museum shortly after they were found. The Inquisitor was able to confirm that the famous Petrie Museum of Egyptian archaeology was a huge collection of ancient Egyptian and Sudanese artifacts, but could not confirm that the museum has exhibited extraterrestrial Egyptian artifacts from a secret room of Petrie in Jerusalem. This usually does not impress or convince UFOs and aliens, convince us of UFOs and aliens who choose to see evidence of covert conspiracies, because if the Rockefeller Museum or any other museum owns these supposed objects, it would never be accessible to the general public. The alleged extraterrestrial Egyptian objects allegedly found in a hiding place in Petrie's house, which link ancient Egyptian civilization to advanced intelligent extraterrestrial civilization, including the following: 2 mummified bodies less than 1.2 meters in height, also advanced mechanical devices, including a gold disc with a transparent top found along with the alien bodies. The devices had non-ancient Egyptian symbols on them, and finally, stone discs were found that seemed to show alien spaceships. The Inquisitor article says with a selection for Greek translation, you can learn more as we watch. No, okay, I've translated this for you from a Greek article, and very strange. So something that he found with a face of an alien-looking entity made his watch stop and the compass go berserk. Please leave your comments, and thank you for your support.